This video is going to show you how to use CorelDRAW. This is the program that we're going to be using to create our image on our plexiglass. First thing you want to do is go over to the Windows button in the lower left corner, click on it, and then start typing in CorelDRAW. C-O-R, and as you get there you'll see CorelDRAW ×4. So if you click on that, that'll pop up. If you get a register now or later, register later, and then when this screen pops up, hit New Blank Document. This is your drawing area here. It's 8.5 by 11, same size as a sheet of paper. All your tools are over on the left side, right here, and these tools will be used to create your drawings. The other things that you want to look at is up on the top here, and then we'll get into this thing on the top where it doesn't show anything unless you highlight it. First thing you want to know is if you hover over the top of this, it'll tell you what the tool is. So that's the pick tool. You'll be using that quite a bit. If you go down about 5, you'll see the freehand tool. That allows you to draw. So if you click on that, now you've accessed the freehand tool. You notice the cursor changed. And if you click and hold your mouse button down, you can then move around whatever shape you want to draw. Okay? If you want to draw a straight line, you click and release the mouse button, then move it, and you can click. And if you want to draw a line that's going to snap into either vertical or horizontal or an angle, if you click and then drag it out and hold the control button down, you'll snap every 15 degrees. So if you want a perfectly horizontal line, you'll see the angle down here at the bottom. It says 105 right there, or negative 105. Then you can then get your angle so it's straight up and down. Okay? So that's one tool. Now, if you want to get out of this, you can click on the pick tool. If you want to delete something, this is all highlighted. So if I click delete on the keyboard, it'll go away. If I click on this one, I can hit delete there also. And if I click and hold, I can drag a box around everything, select them all, and delete all of them at one time. Now the other tools you're going to look at is this rectangle tool. If you click that, you can draw a rectangle. If you want a perfect square, as you're drawing, you hold the control key down, and that'll change the rectangle. If you go to the circle or ellipse tool, it's the same thing. Draw an ellipse. If you want a perfect circle, you hold the control key down. Okay? To delete those, we go to the arrow, pick tool, highlight all of them, hit delete on the keyboard. The next one down is called the Polygon Tool, and if you click on that, the thing you have to look at is this number up here. That is how many sides are on the polygon. So if you go into here and go to an 8-sided polygon, you'll draw something that looks like a stop sign. Now if it's highlighted like this, you can then change the numbers of sides. So if I can go all the way down to 3, so a triangle, or I can go all the way, I think, up to like 100. But the more you do, the more it's going to look like a circle. Okay, pick tool I can click on, and you can see this is I think it was an 18-sided object. If I want to delete it, just click on it, hit delete on the keyboard. You'll notice that underneath that Polygon tool there's an arrow, and if you click that arrow you'll see that there's a star, complex star, graph paper, and spiral. Star works the same way. If you draw a star like that, you have a 5-pointed star, but if you wanted to have an 8-pointed star or 10-pointed star, you can click on those and change the size. If you go to complex star, you'll see it starts at 10. If I want it to be 7, I can change that, and now I've got a complex star. And complex just means there's going to be lines in the middle there. So if you went out, you could draw a star like that. The graph paper I don't always use, but the spiral sometimes we'll use that, and that is just a spiral shape that goes like that. Okay. To delete those, you click the arrow, highlight them all, hit delete, and then the last one I'm going to talk about here is the basic shape tool. If you click on that, you'll see up here there's some shapes. You've got a polygon, a trapezoid, a triangle, a smiley face, a heart, a lightning bolt. So if you want to click on those, you can take and make your shape that way. You will also notice there's arrow shapes. So if you go in there, you can go into here and change your arrow. So you can have an arrow pointing. There's call-out shapes. So if you want to have somebody talking in your picture, you can click on the little bubble and have that out and then write some text in there. And then there's some banner shapes that you can use, which are like banners that you'd have on a flyer or whatever, so you could do that, and then type text inside of there. Okay, so those are the basic shapes. So if you can spend a few minutes messing around with those and trying those out. Again, if you can't select anything, it's not working, click the pick tool, make sure nothing's highlighted on it, and then most of the tools will work again. But if you want to highlight them all, then you can do things like delete and change size and stuff like that.